connect with the management of NIIT. We've got Vijay Thadani, who's the co-founder and of the company, as well as managing director, now joining in. This is of NIIT Learning Systems. Thanks so much for taking time out. To begin with, let's talk about the demand on ground for corporate learning. Given the fact that we are grappling at the moment with subdued macros, is this, a worry for you that we could see some sluggishness as well?
Well, ma'am, as we have been guiding in the previous quarters, every time the markets go through a sluggish part, it actually creates a large opportunity for the future. So our deal flow has been extremely good, and we have been able to make inroads. We have maintained a 100% renewal rate, and we are improving our market share as we go along. So today, the NIIT Learning Systems Limited got publicly listed, and today it got listed on stock exchange, and that's the proud moment for us. And I think this is the time when it is actually creating opportunities for us to gear up to improve our market position even further. We are today number 5 in the learning outsourcing space worldwide, and I think the opportunity for us, even though the climb is steeper from now onwards, the opportunity for us is to gain that market share. So yes, while the markets will go through a sluggish nature, but I think our overall outlook and overall direction that we are following, as well as the 5-year projections that we have been discussing, we are on track for that, and we feel confident of achieving those.
Hi, Mr. Thadani. This is Anish also joining into the conversation, and congratulations on the listing of the bosses of the demerged entity as well. Good to hear that you're on track to achieve that 5-year targets that you've set for yourself. But if I have it right, last year you clocked a growth of 20% in the learnings business in terms of top line. What do you think this number is likely to be in FY24 now?
No, so we remain committed to go in short and in medium term to remain on that 2020 trajectory, which is 20% growth and 20% margin. That's the trajectory we wanted to be on, and we are gaining momentum to be there, right? I wouldn't be able to talk more because we are in a silence period, and I think 2 days later, when our results for the quarter will be out, we can discuss specifics, which I'm sure you will give us an opportunity to.
Do that, but given the fact that you're saying that the opportunity size is huge, the renewal rate has been 100%, what about the new contracts that you've been bagging? Any new client additions that you have managed to score for yourself?
Yeah, I think we recently talked about a very interesting area that we are getting into, which is the whole climate action movement, which is creating a large demand for building capacity to handle the corrective actions that organizations worldwide are taking for managing the new climate realities. So we had a strategic partnership with a European organization funded by European Union, as well as have taken a small stake in that company, because we see that as a very huge opportunity for all of us. To start with, the footprint will be Europe, but it will soon expand to US and then to Asia as well. So we are very excited about that. The second, of course, is the whole role that AI is going to play in and revolutionize the way people learn. I think there are some very interesting things. The good thing for NIIT is that we are on the leading edge of that change, and we see an opportunity for us to build a strong competitive advantage using AI as we go forward. So those are 2 things which I thought will be in addition to all that you discussed.
Artificial intelligence and climate correction, these are the 2 big focus areas which are emerging in terms of where corporate focus is as well. But overall, in terms of the demand, is there any sort of cut that you have seen in terms of the learning budgets that corporates usually have? And what's the trajectory going to be like in terms of the 4-5-year roadmap that you've planned for us? Tell us how the company would look like 5 years hence from now.
Yeah, so in 2022, we had said that in 5 years, we expect this company, which is at about $200 billion a year revenue, it should reach about $450 to $500 million. Our first year track records is good, slightly sluggish on that during last year, given the changes which were taking place in the environment. But every time there is a volatility in the environment, people look at outsourcing. So the demand for outsourcing learning services is on the increase, as we can see from the deal pipeline. And given our strong position, I think our win rates are much better than our competitors. And our growth has also been very superior to what our competition is going through.
Rate is higher, you are seeing increased market share as well, but is that coming at the cost of margins? Are you skimping in terms of the pricing a bit, giving a bit more sweetened deal to your clients, or you're holding up your rates as you've historically managed?
I think the value that we add otherwise is so dramatic that I don't think we need to sacrifice margins to get market share. The superiority of the solution creates tremendous value for organizations. And I think that's what they are looking for, not to cut a few pennies on their spend. I mean, they are not pennies, but nevertheless, I'm saying not a few bips on their spend. I think they are looking for a much larger value on the outcome side. And I think that's where we actually score over others.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining in, and look forward to as well how the business shapes up. So that's the management there of NIIT Corporate Learning, talking about how it is likely to be $450 to $500 million revenue by FY27. Demand for outsourcing and learning remains on the uptrend.